Welcome back, guys. Ben here, and today we are checking out Call of the Elder Gods. Journey to the far corners of the earth and unearth ancient horrors in this Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure and sequel to 2020's critically acclaimed Call of the Sea. Now, this is from Out of the Blue Games and publisher Quali this time. Just came out on the 12th of May. It's sitting very positive on Steam. You can pick it up for £19.99. £19.99, so it's about $23, $24. I recently went back and played Call of the Sea on the channel, so if you've missed that or you want to check that playthrough out, maybe you haven't played that game either or seen anything of it, this is the sequel to that game, so that will be linked in the description below should you wish to check that playthrough out beforehand, and then you can come back and watch this. Also, the Steam page, as always, is linked in the description below. Pretty excited to kind of jump into that because Call of the Sea, absolutely loved it. Don't know how I missed that one the first time around and never played it. Played it now, really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to this one. So this one is set after the events, I believe, of the first game. So we're gonna have a look, and yeah, we're gonna do a little playthrough of it. So yeah, sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe. This is Call of the Elder Gods.
What was that? Where's that voice?
Okay. Prologue. A dream, a phone call, and a therapy session. So a little bit like Call of the Sea. You start the game. A different woman this time, I'm guessing. And also in a dream.
This is the story of a young girl. A girl who had strange and disturbing dreams.
I know this place. I've been here before. This is the ancient stone city amidst the jungle.
That same lovely art style. Very vibrant. As full warning, if you haven't seen Call of the Sea and you do want to watch, I am going to be mentioning spoilers, so just inadvertently. Just be warned of that.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, ignore him. Just ignore him.
A dinosaur.
It's not gonna hurt you.
A big
Just
dinosaur.
keep going.
Again. Lovely kind of colored art style. Really nicely rendered.
This constellation. Where am I? This is not the Earth.
Con Vector Yagna Yith. In other words, find a statuette and save my race.
Oh. He speaks it fluently. Okay. In the first one, we played Nora, who was like ill, and she goes to find her husband, who's on a trek to save her. She ends up going to basically try and save him, essentially, because he goes missing. I wonder if we got a similar affliction. All this here. Can't sprint. I'm guessing we're gonna... There's the statue that we're looking for.
The statuette! Here it is. Finally. I have to get it. I have to...
This is the story of Evie Drayton.
Quick. Before I forget. Where did I put my notebook? I have to write everything down.
Looking for answers was part of Evie's observant nature and analytical mind. Her recurrent dreams began shortly after a period in 1956, when she'd completely lost consciousness.
Okay, 1956, so quite the time jump. I think it was 1934, Call of the Sea was set in. So we're now 22 years later. We're playing as Evie Drayton. You can see young black woman in that time period as well. Was that Miskatonic? Okay, I need to explore. Let's have a look at
Rhythm
this.
and blues is definitely my kind of music.
New hits, Lucky Liar, 15 minutes.
Reverend Charlton was adamant that I bring this cross to college. He must think Arkham is a den of iniquity and wickedness.
Oh. Arkham is Harry's Nora's university as well.
Thank goodness. Still have
From
a
the first
couple
game.
hours until thermodynamics class starts.
Thermodynamics.
Uncle Mo showed me a trick or two when I would help him in the motor shop.
Tinkering with gadgets always puts me at ease. I was lucky to be
ID
accepted
card?
at Miskatonic. It was one of the first universities in Massachusetts to admit non-white students.
Evangeline is our full name. And yeah, I guess like, so we're going to have the, I like that it does the auto reading of it. Okay. They've done a little redesign of that because the first game you had to like press to like a button for it to pop up with the text. That's cool. Probably gonna be facing a lot of, you know, racism, classism, that kind of, and maybe even sexism, given the time period as well in this game.
I couldn't leave my science fiction book
tackling
collection
some of
in
those.
Benoit.
Yeah. Come on. Okay. Lucky Chase.
Spitsbergen Island and Svalbard. Apparently, I researched this area of the Arctic thoroughly during the time I lost consciousness.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's what we were dreaming of.
This scary fellow that haunts me in my dreams is a Dimetrodon. He roamed the Earth 270 million years ago.
Oh, he's a dinosaur.
Julian, Beatrice, Herbie, and I, we're always together. Beatrice, along with me, is one of the few ladies studying physics at Miskatonic.
Okay.
I've
the
searched every
constellation.
astronomy book at the Miskatonic library, but none of them contain any reference to this constellation.
Vision.
This photo was taken during my amnesia. I don't remember anything about it.
We can press space.
This photo was taken during my
just to
amnesia.
replay the comment. Okay, yeah.
When
Unusual
I saw
findings
this picture, I
is the
couldn't believe
excavation.
it. It's the same statuette I always see in my dreams.
Nathaniel Wingate Peasley and Professor Harrison W. Everhart. So this is Harry Everhart. This is the husband. Obviously, spoilers. Call of the Sea. You have the choice of, at the end of the game, you either go and change into your form and stay on the island, or and you get better, or you don't and you come back with Harry, and you end up dying of your disease, and he then continues his life and just devotes it all into work. So I'm curious how they'll mention it. Are they going to pick a choice, or I would have probably thought the canon choice would be that Nora stays where she is. So either way, they couldn't be together for a long amount of time. So, but that's the choice I preferred personally. But because then she's happy and immortal technically, and Harrison Everhart is then happy knowing that she's well, but sadly can't spend his time with her. Unusual finding at the Peasley excavation. An expedition funded by Miskatonic University Professor Nathaniel Wingate Peasley to caves near the Rappahannock River has resulted in the discovery of a statuette containing an ebony sphere of unknown origin. This and other relics have been donated to the university's archaeological archive for further study. Professor Harrison Walton Everhart, Dean of Archaeology at Miskatonic, oversaw the transport operation and now leads research into the artifact's nature and origins. Okay. So I would have thought that might just be a little Easter egg, but he is on the front cover of the game, so he's probably going to be involved in this a bit more.
Oh, here it is. Evie's Nightmare Journal.
Evie was worried that someone might read it. That's why she kept it locked away under that complicated padlock.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Haven't finished reading everything yet.
Yes,
Is this... are you Evangeline Drayton?
that's right. Who am I talking to?
I am the Dean of Archaeology at Miskatonic University. I believe you wanted to ask me some questions, right?
Yes. Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Professor
Meet
Evan.
me today at 6 p.m. at 5 Prospect Road, outside of Boston.
Boston? That's almost a 2-hour train ride from Arkham. I thought
Do you want to talk or not?
Yes, yes, of course. I'll be there. 6 p.m., Prospect Road. See you in a couple of hours, Professor.
Better be leaving pronto.
All right, I should get ready. There's a lot of information here about my strange dreams and my amnesia. I'd better go through it again before I leave. I don't want to miss any questions when I talk to the professor.
Okay.
I wish
Evangeline and
Papa had
Dad.
never taken that job in San Francisco. He'd still be with us.
Always kept a copy with him, Mama. Okay, so our father has died.
I must have written about 1,000 letters to the archaeology dean in Miskatonic, and I've never received
Oh.
I must have written about 1,000 letters to the archaeology dean in Miskatonic, and I've never received any answer.
Until now.
The Hydrangea Foundation took care of the insurance payout for Dad's accident. I had scholarships to attend several black colleges in the South, but it was the Foundation's money that allowed me to cover the tuition here at Miskatonic.
Dear Miss Drayton, please find enclosed the semi-annual disbursement of $250 issued under the terms of your late father's life insurance policy held with the Hydrangea Foundation. Kind regards and continued service, sincerely, the Hydrangea Foundation. What you can do in this game, which I did want in the first game, is you can actually say to not play the voices automatically. If you want to read it first, and then you can press space to comment. We might give that a go. Just because it lets you like read it first, and then she can make a comment on it afterwards. It's the University of Miskatonic Arkham. It's her grades. How many hours per week? And she's straight A. Electrodynamics, quantum mechanics, statistical mechanics, advanced experimental physics, applied mathematics, and optics as well. Evangeline Claire Drayton.
I've always been a good student, but during my amnesia period, I almost reached excellence. All straight A's?
Also, we were actually even better. Okay. Is there anything else? We've had a look at all of these so far. Oh, straw as well. Nothing in there though. Office of the County Medical Examiner. This is from Albert Cabot, or Cabot. He was 26 years old. Episode of amnesia with spontaneous resolution. Drayton presented for consultation after experiencing total memory loss that lasted for a period of 3 months. Despite the unusual nature of the case, her general condition is excellent. She shows no physical sequelae, neurological alterations, or signs of cognitive decline.
The medical report from my amnesia episode. According to this, I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Okay, oh, how do I? There we go. Okay. So I'll put there as well. So,
Before leaving, Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
I don't think I finished reviewing everything here yet.
let me just double check. I think we've looked at everything. Again, I don't really try and aim to be as far as possible. I'm not gonna probably hit 100% without following a guide or something like that, but I like to play these types of games like very much
Before
blind
leaving,
going through.
Evie asked herself if she
So
had
if I miss
finished
stuff,
gathering
do
all the
apologise.
information in her room.
All
I'm ready
right,
now.
I think I've gathered what I need.
As odd as it seemed to Evie that the dean didn't meet her at the university, her need to know was stronger than her doubts. She was determined to attend the meeting. There, she would come across another protagonist in this story.
So, you have finally decided to talk to that young lady, Professor.
Oh, we
Yes.
get to be Harry.
Acknowledging responsibility for our previous mistakes is vital to moving forward. You've taken a crucial step in...
Listen, there's no need for us to talk, Doctor. The only reason I let you into my house is because you insisted it was necessary to prescribe my medication.
This is also the story of a sad, guilt-ridden, and lonely man. This is the story of my husband, Professor Harry Everhart.
Yes, I
Thought that
know
was
well
Nora.
enough that discussing the effectiveness of our therapy sessions with you is futile. But you need to understand that therapy is just a part of the whole treatment. Without it, I can't go and...
Then ask whatever you deem necessary and let's get this over with as soon as possible.
Fine. What about your position as dean at Miskatonic University? We talked some time ago about your relationship with work was somewhat obsessive.
I didn't say that. You did.
Well, you told me you practically lived secluded in this very home, and the only thing that drove you to leave it was your job obligations. So, how would you define that?
I'm an academic professional.
I do what they pay me for. Teaching, student assessment, and certain logistical duties fall within my responsibilities. Cheering at the Miskatonic Mariners football games does not.
And are you happy with that? With your life now?
What kind of question is that?
Miss our wife.
I'm asking it because it sounds like you're subjecting yourself to a kind of self-punishment.
I am not. Next question.
There's another topic you've never wanted to delve into, Professor. Would you now be open to...
You're going to do it anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. What happened to your
they're gonna
wife,
let the-
Professor?
There we go. Yeah, spoiler. So they're gonna let the player decide your choice. So we are gonna choose she left. So she never left the island at the end of Call of the Sea. I'm so glad I played Call of the Sea now before this. I was umming and ahhing about it. This would be a bit... At least you get to choose, but you don't really get to experience it fully, do you? We're gonna go she left. That's the ending I chose.
She left home and never returned.
Harry hated giving details about my absence, for lack of a better word. Especially if those details meant
Love that they got
talking about a certain
Sissy
expedition.
Jones, Yuri Lowenthal,
I see.
all back to do the voice acting as well.
And how do you feel about that?
What's my wife got to do with all this?
You see, the reason I'm asking, Professor, is because when we began therapy, you mentioned visions. Some sort of oily shadows casting themselves on the wall.
On the
You
back
mentioned
beat.
those
Actual-
visions began shortly after whatever happened to your wife. So, tell me, do you still see those shadows, Professor?
No.
No. Not since I started taking the medication, at least.
Excellent. That means the medication is working. Listen,
Oh, boy.
There is something different I want to try in today's session. I believe hypnotherapy might
Don't even
just-
think about it. Hypnotism is a scam.
Professor, with all due respect, I believe you're mistaking mesmerism with hypnotism. Even so, if you want me to prescribe the...
You won't give me my medication unless I submit to your quack experiment, is that it?
I'm deeply sorry you see it that way, Professor. But I need you to trust me in this.
Then go ahead. Wave a pocket watch in my face if that's what you need to do.
There's no need for pocket watches, Professor. The sound of a metronome will be more than enough. I need you to relax and free your mind. And think of something pleasant. A fond memory, if you will. Something that took place here, in the Everhart Manor.
A fond memory? In this place?
It wasn't easy for Harry to find a fond memory in the same manor where he had spent an extremely unhappy childhood.
Maybe.
Maybe.
December 1930. The last Christmas my wife and I ever spent at Everhart Manor. She insisted on coming, despite my parents never approving of our marriage. But that was the kind of person she was.
Interesting. Tell me more about it, Professor Everhart.
Every time I gave her a present, I prepared a little scavenger hunt. She loved it. She loved solving my stupid riddles.
As you may have noticed, this story has more than one protagonist. And though I am not one of them, I believe I, Nora Everhart, play a crucial part in it. Can I open my eyes now, Harry?
Not yet. We're almost there. Let me open the door and... Now, open your eyes.
Look what you've prepared. It's another one of your scavenger hunts, huh?
Of course, old pal. Now, if you want your present, you'll have to earn it.
Can I use my journal to write down clues?
Well, technically that's against the rules, but I'll turn a blind eye this time.
You're so kind.
Okay. So, little did I expect we actually do... I love how they've actually woven this all in. Alright, we do get to play as Nora again. Harry's scavenger hunt. And I got the book from the first game here as well. All nice and familiar. So we've got a note here. Play it. We look here on the Christmas tree.
What are you up to now? Oh,
Wait. There's something wrong in this memory. This wasn't...
Ignore it. Focus on that moment. Your wife. That happy memory.
Did she say...
oh boy, what a drawing.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be a tree?
Of course it is. I'm doing the best I can with my limited art skills.
Well, at least you're good at playing the piano.
Okay. With baubles. Oh, do we have to like look at all these? Look at them in order? There's 6. I've only got 1 6. What other one is hidden? Only the ones that are... Hmm. 1 4 6 is there?
I wonder what my darling husband is keeping locked up in here.
You'll have to put that brain of yours to work to find it.
Harry,
There
I
we go.
can't believe it! It's that statuette! And it even has a black ooze orb. Just what I wanted for Christmas.
No, Wait, what do you mean a statuette? Don't touch it, Nora!
No.
Keep going, Professor. It's important. Where is the statuette now?
You.
Yeah.
You're no psychiatrist. Who are you?
I'm not going to ask you again, Professor Everhart.
Okay.
Shortly after Harry's peculiar hypnosis session, Evie finally arrived at Everhart Manor.
Prospect Road 5. Here it is.
Didn't play anything on the piano.
Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. Wait. What is going on here? Professor? Is everything all right?
Most people would have turned away and left, but not Evangeline Drayton. She had been waiting for months to talk with the professor. No way was she letting it slip away. So, she decided to climb over the walls of the Everhart Manor.
Okay. Chapter 1. The Everhart Manor.
Ugh. This looks like something straight out of Tales from the Crypt.
Evie's last remarkable trait was her extraordinary memory, a gift I was never blessed with. So, allow me, the narrator of this tale, to be the one taking notes, for the sake of clarity, of course.
Okay. So, you have the same journal, but it's Nora as the narrator, keeping the journal. Whereas Evie just remembers everything in her head.
The
Okay.
window is open.
They could have done it that she keeps a notebook and it just looks different, and I guess it's nice to keep Nora kind of involved. And it's her like style, isn't it then? Her style of jotting down the notes. I don't know if there's any hidden stuff around here. Well, that was like a creepy person then, but it's an old picture.
Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline.
Breaking in. Wow.
This fellow really looks like the professor, but it's not him.
Dead.
That must be Elizabeth Everhart. She looks sad.
Yeah, John Everhart, his wife Elizabeth, and his children Harrison, Madeline, Richard, and Donna. That's Harry on the right there then.
The Everhart children. Harrison, Madeline, Richard, and Donna.
What happened to his
It
siblings?
appears the Everharts have been quite well off for generations. Or so they used to be.
Chips. He had considerable resources to like lead the expedition to the island in the first place to look for Nora's cure.
Wow. Look at the size of this library.
Imagine
It's
cleaning
almost
this.
as big as Miskatonic's.
Actually, it wasn't even a third the size of Miskatonic's library. But young people can be terribly impressionable at times.
Like this little, like not back and forth, but kind of little corrections in a way. This is where we were sat, maybe?
What on earth happened here?
Oh no, we were sat in a different room, weren't we? Something's been knocked over there.
I wish this fireplace was lit. It's bone-chilling cold in here.
My esteemed colleague, the excavation is a blank to me, another in a long list of troubling absences in my memory from the period. They claim I was there, and no doubt I was, given their repeated attempts to reach me. I cannot bring myself to trust them, but I place my trust in you. Do what must be done with that statuette. Cordially, Nathaniel Wingate Peasley. So he had amnesia as well during an excavation.
Troubling absences in my memory. That's exactly how I felt during those 3 months of 1956.
What year is it now? 57? Yeah. Harry, we know how hard it is for you to open up after what happened to Nora, but we are your family. Your brother and sisters love you. Don't lock yourself away in that house. Maddie.
Evangeline had never pictured the professor as anything but a hermit. Certainly not someone his relatives still worried about.
Is this young man Professor Everhart? It does look like him. There's something written in Latin on his frame. Non possumus.
Possumus. Yeah, put that in there as well. Skull. Me.
Good thing the skull is fake.
November 7th, 1925, yet only those who unravel the mystery of life shall prove themselves worthy of communing with the spirits. We can't change the past, but we must anticipate the future.
Rich people definitely had weird ways of entertaining themselves.
But it wasn't mere entertainment. Harry's mother's life had long been shaped by tragedy, and she had become obsessed with the afterlife.
Miss Elizabeth Everhart cordially invites you to a seance at Everhart Manor. On the stroke of midnight this coming Friday, you are summoned to the hallowed grounds of the Pantheon. Okay.
Goodness gracious. The professor's taste in literature is nothing if not peculiar.
There's a hammer there as well. Can you climb up there? No. Never know if there's something on the shelves. I see some dogs. No writing on the top of these picture frames. About this faculty
Dyer
board.
was my applied geophysics professor. He was very strict. Strange character.
All old white men. Half the course, I guess. There's so Nathaniel Peasley is Dean of Economics. Yep, half the course for the time of the world, then I guess. Dean of Archaeology.
This must be the professor's office.
Office. Look in here, I guess. Star of Wisdom. Attendance by invitation only when the stars are aligned. The relationships of lost civilizations with astrology. Caleb Bowen, even. Monday 9th, 1956.
Astrology is the most utterly stupid thing I've ever come across. Astrology is...
He's not a fan.
Books in different languages. Spanish, Italian,
There's the
German,
non-possumus.
Latin. Looks like one is missing.
Let's see what book is missing from the photo, maybe? Professor Everhart, I respectfully urge you to stop ignoring my letters. Let us put the past behind. Please consider my offer for the artifact. I am willing to pay a substantial sum for it. Get a bone.
Despite his tone, this Bowen fella doesn't seem particularly friendly.
Okay, so visit of Dr. Frog in the throat, asking for medication, and then Evangeline. Prepare. It's October 25th.
The professor had another appointment today with a therapist.
I felt like Frog in the throat is colloquial for therapist.
Professor Everhart doesn't look so intimidating in that portrait.
And there's that Nora and Harry photo.
Nora and Harry? The professor was married.
Gloves on. The key.
A key. I wonder what this opens. The professor served in U.S. intelligence during the war.
1948. There you go. Harry S. Truman. After those 3 men showed up last night, I left one of the books in the greenhouse. I locked it and left the key in the mausoleum. I need to buy a weapon just in case they decide to come back.
Greenhouse. And the mausoleum.
So the book we're missing is in the mausoleum. Sorry, is in the greenhouse, and the key for this book is in the mausoleum, right? And presumably, because that's the only other... Oh.
There's something oddly comforting about spinning these globes.
Give it a spin then. Yeah, this is the only other door. So this was probably locked. Yeah.
Now it's open.
Okay.
Can't see a thing in here. Better turn my flashlight on.
Oh, flashlight. Can we go out the front? Oh, we literally can. Oh, okay, and that's where the greenhouse is. Okay. Take it back a step. Kind of waiting for a lock. At the moment, we've got Muter, said Providia, non possumus, Debimus, Preterita. Need to get an idea of what's missing.
These tools haven't been used in a long time. That explains why the garden was an absolute mess.
Very judgmental. Okay, this is like an old mini office.
Ripped canvas.
This father.
The man's definitely a dead ringer for the professor.
Yeah. Definitely some daddy issues. Boston Herald. Senator John Everhart, Republican, announces bid for Massachusetts governorship. Okay, this is since 1912. That's candidacy for governor, speaking to a packed hall of party faithful in Faneuil Hall. Everhart called for steady hands and firm principles in a time of uncertainty abroad.
Looks like the
Before the
professor's
First
father
Great
was
War, wasn't it?
involved in politics.
He was a governor. On the upstairs now. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Ominous with the lighthouse there and piece of artwork. Okay. Some of the stuff from the trip.
That expedition must have been quite important for him.
Oh, it
Yeah.
had certainly been important to him, and to the other expedition members.
What happened, like, did he come back as, like, the sole survivor? Because everyone else died apart from the guide, I think. The guide left. Everyone else slowly died. Senator's son seeks cure in the South Seas. Harrison Everhart, son of State Senator John Everhart, has announced plans for an expedition to the South Seas. Mr. Everhart's wife is reported to be suffering from a rare and as yet unidentified illness for which no treatment is known. Convinced that a remedy may exist in distant and little-charted regions, Mr. Everhart will depart within the month, accompanied by a small party that includes a medical professional, technical support, and other specialists suited to the challenges ahead. CW, which is the reporter that went with him on the voyage as well. Was it Cassandra? Oh, Cass. Cass insisted on promoting the expedition. I thought it was a good idea. I was wrong. So wrong. Had father given me the funds, I'd never have needed her. Alright.
So Professor Everhart set on an expedition to the Pacific. I never pictured him as an adventurer.
So what is it that she actually knows of him? Because she's got these preconceived notions and is writing to him all the time, but obviously doesn't know his past.
Such odd totems. Are these fishes?
Fishes. It's a fish, wouldn't you?
Torn canvas. The frame reads, Sed Futura.
Sed Futura. Tried to capture the oily shadows on film, no success.
Oily shadows. Beginning to suspect the old professor's lost a few marbles.
Right.
There are a lot of pictures of that fireplace.
Oh.
There are a lot of pictures of that fireplace. Oily shadows. Beginning to suspect the old professor's lost a few marbles.
Okay. Oh no here. The address is 5 Prospect Road, Boston. You can't miss it. It's an abandoned mansion at the end of the road. Finish off the old man and bring me the object. As soon as I have it in my hands, the remaining $2,100 will be yours. Good luck, Mr. Ricky. Or Ricci. Pharaoh. So codename Pharaoh. $2,100 is an insane amount of money back then. That's big money, isn't it? It still isn't where they were sitting, though. So that one goes there. We might have to, like, match up the different picture frames. I guess we can have a look in here.
Wow, this room is
Oh,
really
this is where the
depressing.
piano and the Christmas tree was.
Much better.
There's another one. Providia Debimus.
Someone has ripped the canvas. There's a Latin inscription in its frame. Providere debemus.
She says it much better than I do. Providiere debimus. Okay. Once a room of happy memories and thoughts. Montana driver's license, manual silver.
The driver's license of a certain Manuel Silva.
What's this for? Oh.
Looks like a shrine of some kind. Dedicated to a woman.
Just any woman. Nora. Of course. Okay. Guess we check outside for what else there is waiting for us.
Good heavens above, would you look at the size of this
Now we
place?
can sprint. Definitely want to have a look around in case there's any little hidden things. There's the statue. I think that goes the right way.
This face-like thing with a face engraved on it can be rotated. What kind of madhouse does the professor live in? It looks like there's a symbol carved into that bucket.
That's a fish.
Is that a fish? It's raining cats and dogs here.
Yeah. Okay. Might have to come back here. Not sure what the fish is relevant for. Might be something we can come back to. Oh, there's another one there. Okay. We've got the sad one, we've got a happy one. We need to match something to those. They're like cardinal directions.
Stone staircase is slippery.
We can open that. Okay. It's not locked, so we can go in there. There's another one. Is the mausoleum locked?
It's locked.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And there's another one. Oh, okay.
What kind of a door is this? Doesn't even have a lock. Just some symbols.
So they need to face the direction of that symbol. The crying man is the fish. Okay. This is the guy that's got his eyes closed, so he needs to face the moon. Would that be the actual moon? I don't think the actual moon's out, is it? Is there a moon symbol? Oh, the moon's right there, isn't it? Okay. So he faces the moon. We do have a few things there. Okay. So he faced the moon. At least we've noted it down. She must have a really good memory that she doesn't need to note it down. So this guy is angry. He needs to face the fire. Which is what that would be. I don't think the fire needs to be lit. He's facing it. Take down all of Father's portraits. Get rid of all of Mother's esoteric junk, except the hidden room. Cut down the burnt tree near Nora. Call Rich or Maddie. Maybe another day.
Hidden room?
That's what I was thinking.
Gosh, this is so beautiful.
Lovely
Seems
little
like
shrine.
some sort of shrine. Was this the professor's wife?
Evie found it hard to believe that the recluse living in the abandoned mansion had ever loved anyone. But he had. Truly
Tree.
and profoundly.
That's the tree that is chopped down. Ish.
Such a graceful and elegant woman.
Evie certainly had a keen eye for beauty.
I like that. Right, so this one is scared. What is that? What is that symbol? Would that be plants? Would that be the tree? Like, is that like a nature? Maybe it had that carved on the tree originally. Okay. So we're missing... Oh, no, we're not missing. We just need to go back and do the other two now. Remember, the key's in the mausoleum. This guy's happy, which means he needs to face a flower. Oh, he is facing it. I've already turned him that way. That's all good. Or he was already in the right direction. Can't remember if I turned him now. And this guy needs to... Okay. The only one I'm unsure about is the tree one. I think all the others are fine. So hopefully we can just interact with the door and that'll unlock. There we go. Can't go down there. Invisible wall. Well, there's the other picture. It says Elizabeth Everhart, who died recently in 51, found her path in the shadow of morning.
Found her path in the shadow of morning?
Thomas Everhart died in 1899.
Maybe
Grandfather.
this guy was in the army?
He wasn't old. Really? 54? John Washington Everhart died in 1940.
Father, husband, and servant of the people. This must have been the professor's father.
Died shortly after he came back. And Nora had died. Or, you know, no longer around.
That's from the Bible.
Margaret
Psalm
Everhart.
1, verse 1. This person must have been quite devout.
This is the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Okay. Died in 1922. And John.
Loving memory of our
Oh, he's only
firstborn
2.
son, John Everhart Jr. Oh dear. A dead child. This is simply heartbreaking. The inscription on the frame reads, Praeterita Mutare.
Charita Mutare. Okay, so we were the second born son then.
This definitely looks like the greenhouse key.
Anything we can do with the book? No. Okay.
That's
Comment
from the
on
Bible.
those. That's
Psalm
that.
1,
Okay.
verse 1. This person...
Harry rarely spoke of his brother John, mostly because he had never known him. The boy had died years before Harry was born. Still, he believed that tragic incident had played a critical part in his mother's
Oh, of
obsession with
course.
the occult.
Yeah. Why do you want the seances and things like that?
Excellent.
Okay.
The professor really seems to be interested in botany. More gardening tools.
La Eva Futura.
It appears to be a Spanish edition of the science fiction novel The Future Eve. I'll keep it, just in case.
Was that the... what we're looking for then? So we're doing like the ages or something, or... Wait, we got, said... Oh, we're missing Futura. Yeah, Futura. Okay. La Eva Futura is the book. Is the book we're looking for. I was going to say, is that the missing word? But yes, it is. inside the big house. It was in his office, wasn't it? Need to put them around the right way, or? So are we doing youngest to oldest? Maybe? We do Preterita, Rutara, Non Osmus, said
Secret compartment?
Evie had never been good with languages.
There we go.
Least of all a dead one like Latin. Even so, she managed to grasp the general meaning of the phrase. We can't change the past, but we must anticipate the future.
There we go. That's what it means. Okay. Tarita Matara, non possumus. Sed futura providiera. Debemus. Debemus. Ugh. Anyway, can't say that word. We Langston and Sons, City of Boston. Oh, it's with the fireplace. Elizabeth Everhart in 1912. At the request of Mrs. Everhart, an alteration has been commissioned involving the installation of a concealed mechanical opening in the fireplace structure of the West Wing drawing room. Details and mechanisms excluded from public record per client's instructions.
Unbelievable. There's some kind of secret compartment in the fireplace. Feels like a mystery novel. It looks like a music box of some sort.
This is from the first game as well. Can we open it? Not work? Oh, there we go. To hear that nice theme tune. Oh, it's broken.
Doesn't make any sound. Maybe it's broken.
Does it only make sound underwater? Okay. This will be the fireplace. Is this why this stuff is scattered
What on
around?
earth happened here? Definitely like a mystery novel. Ooh, I guess I need to go see what's down there.
Yes, we do.
Professor!
Ooh. Well, only way is forward. Old map of Boston. All those actual prize artifacts. Oh, he's there. I think we have to, yeah, we got taken by gunpoint then. He smashed it and took it. Okay.
Professor! Professor! What happened? He's knocked out cold. The statuette's broken. And the sphere. Shattered to pieces.
Is it a replica?
I wonder if I...
No! Don't touch it! Don't touch it.
Yeah, we don't want the black ichor infected.
Introductions between strangers are always a bit awkward. But in Evie and Harry's case, things were even more uncomfortable, due to the unusual circumstances under which they had met.
How are you feeling, Professor?
Considering I was assaulted, knocked unconscious, and someone tried to rob me in my own home, I suppose not all that well.
Evie didn't know where to start. So, she took the most formal approach.
We haven't been properly introduced.
I know who you are, Miss Drayton. We had an appointment today. And I can also imagine what it is you want to talk to me about.
Evie was taken aback. He knew? So Professor Everhart had read her letters after all.
I suppose you have some questions for me, so go ahead.
Okay. What is that
What is-
statuette?
Or was that statuette?
You haven't touched any of the pieces of it, have you?
No. You made that very clear.
Good. Because that black orb is made of...
Harry thought of telling her the orb contained the blood of an elder god that came from beyond time and space. But he chose not to frighten Evie for now.
a very dangerous substance.
What do you mean?
Dangerous? What do you mean? Is it toxic?
Worse than that. I've seen people lose their sanity and their health just by coming into contact with that substance.
And where was it
I
found?
read in a Herald article that the statuette was found in an excavation in Virginia. Is that correct?
Yes. In the caves near the Rappahannock River.
It was led by a professor from Miskatonic, right? Paisley or Presley?
Nathaniel Wingate Peasley.
Yes, Peasley. Do you think it would be possible to speak with him?
No. He passed away a few years ago. Of natural causes.
Oh.
So I hope.
What happened?
Statuette is in pieces. What happened?
I destroyed it.
You destroyed it?
Yes. It was better than letting it fall into the wrong hands.
Evie felt frustrated. After all the effort it had taken to get Professor Everhart to agree to talk with her about that statuette, and on that very day, that curmudgeon shattered the relic into 1,000 pieces.
Who did
Who's
this?
responsible for all this?
For the robbery? Dr. Frog in the Throat.
Who?
My psychiatrist. Or so I thought. I never should have brought him here. I've been too careless.
I thought the statuette was in the Miskatonic archive.
Yes, well, I brought it here for a research project I'm working on. About ancient civilizations.
Harry couldn't come up with a better excuse than that. Because I've hidden it in my own house to keep prying hands from succumbing to the terrifying powers of the Elder Gods sounded infinitely worse.
It's not wrong.
But there has to be more, right? More of those statuettes.
I really doubt it.
Are you sure? Because I'm convinced of it, Professor.
And why are you so convinced of that?
I've seen them. In my dreams.
What are you talking about?
Dreams about strange and ancient artifacts brought Harry bad memories. For personal reasons.
My dreams. I mentioned them in my letters. You remember? So, I've long dreamed of a place. It's an ancient stone city, hidden in the jungle, from prehistoric times. And there are more statuettes like that one, all holding those black orbs.
Miss Drayton, you better forget about...
So, if Peasley found that statuette in Virginia, maybe there could be more there.
Listen to me, Miss Drayton.
Maybe in those caves I could find
Enough
more.
of that! How could you be such a fool? Haven't you listened to a single word I've said? Don't you ever think of going near that cave in Virginia.
Professor, you can't be serious. I need answers.
Of course I'm serious! I forbid it!
Are you done yelling now? All right. Now that you've calmed down, I'll tell you that I'm a grown-up, and you can't prevent me from going anywhere. And while we're at it, my mother taught me manners. And as far as I know, if it weren't for me, you'd still be locked up behind that fireplace. So maybe now's a good time to show a little gratitude.
It had been years since anyone argued with Harry, and for the first time in a long time, he felt that an interaction with another human being had been authentic. Perhaps not very enjoyable, but authentic nonetheless.
That fireplace can be opened from the inside, Miss Drayton.
Oh, well,
But even so, I owe you an apology. You've taken quite a risk without even knowing me, Miss Drayton. So, thank you.
all right. Apology accepted.
You're completely determined to go to those caves, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely.
You're right. I can't stop you from going to Virginia. But how do you plan to get there from Arkham?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. I don't think there's a regular bus service, is there?
No, there is not. So here's my proposal. I'll go to Virginia with you. I'll take care of all the expenses, don't worry. If there's one thing I have plenty of, it's money. All I ask in return is that you please follow my instructions while we're there. And be very careful. We'll look for whatever it is you want to find there, and then we'll leave. Agreed, Miss Drayton?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Professor. And don't worry. I promise I won't get in any trouble.
Harry couldn't help but doubt that Evie would keep her promise. But even so, he immediately liked that sharp-tongued and stubborn girl. Which made sense. Harry had been a good friend of Evie's father after all.
Oh. Plot twist. Oh! No way, Frank Drayton. How did I not put that together? Frank was his friend on the expedition
Here
itself.
we are, the Rappahannock River Caves.
I didn't put the two together.
But this place is closed off.
He was
It
the
is
engineer in Call of the Sea.
Apparently one of the excavation members died in there. An archaeologist
I'm
named
so
John
slow.
Teague.
I just put that together.
That's why the government shut down the dig shortly after the statuette was found.
Wait, so what we're doing here is illegal?
If I told you that we were trespassing, would that stop you from going in, Miss Drayton?
Nah, not really.
Then go ahead, please. Here, take one. We'll use these to stay in touch. Apparently, the cave branches off into countless tunnels, forming a maze where it's easy to get lost. So watch your step, because the... Evangeline!
Oh. Well, luckily, we got the radio. Walkie-talkie.
Miss Drayton! Miss Drayton, can you hear me? Are you alright?
Chapter 2 of Colossal Caves and Ancient Relics.
Yeah. I think so. I'm safe. I'm on the path.
Follow the excavation trail. It'll lead you to the underground lake.
Okay. Really liking this so far. I can't believe I didn't put that together, that it was Frank. Well, until they mentioned that, I was thinking, oh, Drayton, like, weird, yeah. Interesting. Been looking out for her from afar, perhaps. Those that haven't seen Call of the Sea or played it, Frank Drayton was one of the crew members that went on the expedition with Harry, and he gets stabbed by one of the other crew members who's been like tormented or, you know, converted by the Black Eye Claw.
Lake? In here?
Yes. The water from the Rappahannock seeps through limestone, so there's a complex hydrological system inside the cave. Peasley mentioned they had come across the statuette somewhere around that lake. It was one of the few things he still recalled from the dig.
Wait, he didn't remember the dig?
In his own words, he suffered a period of absence. Amnesia of some sort. He didn't even recall planning the excavation.
Yes, Frank helps them get quite far in the expedition. Ends up dying from the wound, just doesn't close up. He ends up just bleeding out, I think. Very sad, because it was commented by Nora that Harry didn't make friends often, and he was actually rather fond of him. So he's buried on that island. Which makes sense, because they left from the port of San Francisco. And Frank went to San Francisco, which is why she never saw him again. All these little... These are ammonites? Is that what they're called? Oh. It's like a little fossils everywhere. These as well. Okay. Luckily they left the lights on for us.
Professor, you won't believe this, but I had amnesia too. I don't remember anything from September to November of last year. When I came to, I was surrounded by books and articles about a place in Norway called Spitsbergen.
Spitsbergen? Isn't that near the Arctic Circle?
Oh. Static.
Professor? Professor! Do you hear me?
Okay. Okay, authorization is hereby granted under federal acknowledgement and remains valid for the present calendar year for Mr. Nathaniel Peasley to initiate and carry out excavation activities at the site referenced in the accompanying description for purposes of survey and scientific inquiry. By authority of Henry R. Whitmore, Assistant Secretary, Interior Department, and Edgar L. Mason, Registrar of Permits. Presented and facilitated by Caleb Bowen, Private Liaison. Is that Caleb Bowen again? 49. This cave's just been shut off since.
Wow. What is this place?
Miss Drayton, over here.
Oh, there he
Here.
is.
I'm glad to see you. I thought you'd gotten lost. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you. You weren't lying about those tunnels. Have you found anything, Professor?
This mural. Come take a look at it.
I like that it's like a we've got like a little duo this time around.
Notice how, even though the stone seems to have been carved millennia ago, the lines repeat with an almost rhythmic cadence. It's as if they were trying to convey a coded message. What do you think?
All of that was Greek to Evie. Her world was equations and laboratory experiments, not decoding ancient languages.
Well, I'm no expert in architecture, but I think I've seen structures like these in my dreams.
Really? Good. Good. That means we're on the right track.
Subject truly interests you.
Gee, you do seem genuinely interested in this.
Well, it's an occupational hazard, I suppose.
Despite his best efforts, Harry had failed to bury his excitement for archaeological fieldwork.
But I'm mostly doing this to help you.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Take a look around the site. If you find anything worth noting, let me know.
I will, Professor. Do you think we might find more statuettes like Peasley's down here?
Miss Drayton, you were the one convinced you'd find more statuettes here, not me.
Yes, you're
Sure.
right. I'll take a look around, see if I can find anything interesting.
Fine. Just don't wander too far from the excavation site.
Okay.
What do you
Can we
think
note
this
this
means,
down?
Professor?
Warnings? Directions? Timelines? For now, it's hard to tell.
That looks like a little Cthulhu face, doesn't it? Like a little crab arm. Gonna be more murals around though. Professor Peasley, I regret to inform you of the passing of Mr. Teague. His cutaneous alteration worsened rapidly, and in his final days he showed disorientation and severe agitation, suggesting neurological involvement. Despite all measures undertaken, it was not possible to remedy his condition. Please accept my most sincere condolences. Respectfully, Dr. Stuart Mertens, Virginia Memorial Hospital.
Though Evie chose not to mention that report, it gave her a clear sense of the danger posed by the black ooze.
Facial patterns are extraordinarily similar. Need to keep a written record. Assignments: Seckler, fossil analysis, prioritize unusual symmetry. Monroe, chart visible constellations, check for deviations. Stahl, infer function of the structure, record hypothesis. And Teague, explore the water conduit, search for functional remains. Obviously we know Teague, or Teague, didn't fare too well.
The wording here is peculiar to say the least.
What do you mean by that? Facial patterns. 1949, September. Father, I dare to write you once more, though I have no faith that you heed reason. It has been far too many years of costly expeditions to the most outlandish corners of the globe. I entreat you, return to Arkham and allow the Dean of Archaeology to handle the matter. You are, after all, but a professor of economics, for heaven's sakes. With grave concern, your son, Wingate.
I would have liked to speak with this man's father.
Truth is, Evie would not have liked that one bit. Nathaniel Peasley had always been a brooding, reserved man. More even than Harry.
I like the little insights that Nora can add to it, because obviously she would have known some of these colleagues back then, perhaps. Or she might even be a little bit omnipotent as a narrator. Luminescence underwater fungus, unknown species.
Such strange plants.
Stumbled across more of the black ichor. We can go over here as well. A few different places to like explore. They've definitely like made the levels bigger as well. Like you can tell what was it December 2020 Call of the Sea came out, so you know, 5.5 years later.
I see some sort of control panel here. And what look like piano keys?
Please refrain from touching anything, Miss Drayton.
Okay. Anyway.
No, this isn't working.
Oh. Okay. Pressing escape to like back out of interactions. Oh, I thought it was someone hanging then, but it's a diving suit. Like, so many fossils here, you think they wouldn't have closed this off. Maybe a lot of accidents happened here and they've just kind of kept it hush. And there's another mural.
Here's another one of those murals. And
Bit
it
more
looks better
complete.
preserved than the one you're examining.
Excellent. When I'm finished with this one, I'll come
See the
take a
crab
look.
claws and the little face as well. Those keys, the 5 keys there, those green things, and then you got the dots. And then something rising out of the water, maybe like a tower.
I found some diving equipment. What if Peasley didn't
Beneath
find
it.
that statuette near the lake, but rather beneath the lake?
You're not thinking what I believe you're thinking, Miss Drayton.
Well, that depends. What do you believe I'm thinking?
Getting into that diving suit and going down into the depths of the lake.
No. I just want to take a look around. That's all.
For now. Looks like we will be able to set that all up then. So we probably will be diving in the lake. Yeah, 100%. John crossed the streams of black liquid to reach the refinery and retrieve the statuette.
It seems they found the statuette in the depths of the cave's lake.
Evie deliberately chose to omit that the man in the photograph had been entirely covered in black ooze.
In the depths of the lake? Are you sure about that?
Little white lie.
Wait until I finish with this mural and we'll talk about it.
Seems like a telephone for communicating with the diver.
Diving air compressor. So follow these steps to refill diving cylinders. Switch on the fuse box. Place an empty diving cylinder in the cylinder holder. Turn. Okay, so we probably will need to do this if we want to get the oxygen all up and
Air
running.
compressor. Looks like it works in the same way as the one we had in the workshop, except for diving cylinders instead of car wheels.
Okay, I'll come back here when we've finished the rest of it. So, only 2 notes. One thing you do miss this time around is that there's no, like, you had the written journal, and then you had the pictures, and this time you just have the pictures. You don't have, like, the diary that Nora would keep as you'd find things. I guess, again, symbolizes a different character this time around. Doctor, I believe I've managed to infer the sense of the incomplete symbols on the mural. The sequence of signs reveals a language built from curved strokes and dots. Based on this, the most plausible interpretation suggests that the pictogram refers to the act of rotating. I'm convinced that the substance used is the same one we uncovered in Project Kronos.
Professor, have you read this report? Does Project Kronos mean anything to you?
No, I've never heard of it.
Harry's probably not the only one who's come into contact with the Black Ichor on other expeditions. According to Peasley, the black liquid reacts to sound waves. My hypothesis is that the certain musical sequences may have been used to induce specific responses in the substance. A cavity of height L can behave as a resonator. With its fundamental frequencies approximated by F equals n.v/2L, where V is the speed of sound in air, and n is a positive integer. I need to determine the cave's exact dimensions and compare them with these theoretical frequencies in order to understand how it works. This is our kind of stuff, though, isn't it? This is what we're good at, I think. What Evie's good at. Not good at languages, but she's a chemist and mathematician.
I found a report stating that the entire cave may function as an open-tube acoustic resonator, sustaining standing sound wave patterns.
Yes, could be.
Harry was a scholar rather than a scientist. Of course, he hadn't understood a word of Evie's scientific jargon.
That said, he knows because he knew the Ichor reacted to sound waves. That's part of how they progressed on the island. Another one of these.
There's another mural. Looks like instructions of some kind. Just a series of steps to follow.
Instructions, you say? Well, this is all quite fascinating.
Okay, so you put a statue in there, pour black ichor into it, heat it with a fire, and then it's glowing and powerful and ready to go for whatever it needs to be doing. Okay. The dimensions of the architectural elements suggest that the inhabitants of this civilization possessed a much greater stature than modern man. It's probable that their average height approached 10 feet. Does correspond with Stahl's account.
10 feet? I wonder why these structures were so colossal.
Sec. Just turning my fan down. Right. How could Peasley have known so much about the refinery, the black liquid, and then the moment he held the statuette, it was as if he'd awakened from a bad dream? The man remembered nothing. How could that be? In any case, Fornax's death has brought everything to a head. You're going to shut down the dig and seize everything we've uncovered. It's all been for nothing. Damn it. Okay. So it like wiped his memory.
Oh, Peasley mentioned a refinery of some sort.
A refinery? In here?
And I think we're not making notes of the names. But Fornax then has perished as well. Let's head down this way. Just quickly, just want to check. Not sure. Well, I mean, Fornax could be a first name, I guess. Okay. Dynamite. Okay. Fine glass and some whiskey. We can't go that way. Oh, so we
There's
put
some
something
kind of
there.
stone dumbwaiter here.
What? A
Yeah, that's what we put that in there. Okay, put the statuette in there. I'll give it the black ichor. Ichor, even.
I see some ruins rising out of the water here.
We can't get over there. Okay. Looks like we're gonna get our air tank. Okay. Switch on the fuse box to power the station. There's an empty diving cylinder in the diving cylinder holder. Turn the right hand switch to on. Open the valve. Press the button to release. Okay. Where is power for this?
The wiring in this place doesn't look too tricky. I think I could get it running again.
They're teaching physics majors to repair junk now?
Hardly. My Uncle Mo showed me the ropes. He and my dad had a workshop back in Benoit.
Even so, try not to touch anything, please.
Oh,
Now it's
there we
working.
go. The canister up.
This empty cylinder will do.
There we go. Turn it to on. Put the order. Open the valve and press the button to release the diving cylinder. Okay. There we go.
Well, it must be
There we
full of
go.
air now. You won't believe it, but I managed to get the whole diving system working. The suit is
He's not
ready
gonna be
to...
happy.
Didn't I tell you to leave that damn suit alone?
But Professor,
You promised you wouldn't get into any trouble. That's why I brought you here, remember?
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Of course I'm right. What were you thinking? Forget about going down into that lake. You hear me?
Okay, Professor. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're going down that lake.
Evie knew perfectly well that going down into the depths of the lake was not only dangerous, it was reckless. Besides, she had given the professor her word. So she asked herself if she really wanted to go down there. But Evie decided to think it over.
I think we are going to have to go down there, but try to see if we're missing any. We've only got the 2 murals, haven't we? Probably more under the sea itself, in the lake. The mural in there, the mural there. Looks like maybe there was a mural straight ahead. And then that's the instructions, so I think we found most of the stuff down here. If not all of it.
Evie knew perfectly well that And the
go down.
answer, of course, was yes.
Professor, can you hear me? I'm sorry, but I'm going down.
What? Are you out of your mind? Don't do it! You're going to...
I have to go, Professor.
It's all
I'm
the
sorry.
iPod. There we go.
Wow.
And we're back. It's amazing though, this is in Virginia. Like, the first game, obviously you're all the way over in the, near Tahiti.
Evangeline? Evangeline?
Oh yeah, phone
Can you
radio.
hear me?
Yep, I'm here, Professor.
How could you go down there on your own? That was utterly reckless. Don't you realize the danger you're in? Come back up right now.
Please calm down. It's all right. I just want to take a look down here.
Evie felt she was so close to finding answers. And she was already down there. What harm could it do if she just took a look at that refinery?
This is madness. I should have been the one to go down.
Professor, how could you possibly go down here at your age?
What do you mean at my age? I'm only 67.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like 80?
Harry found himself thinking he might have let himself go too much. 80 years old? Really?
Oh, must be the beard. Tell me what you see, please.
It's hard to put into words. I never imagined an underwater cave could hold so much beauty.
There we go. We're gonna have to be mindful of our air canister. Do we even know how long we've got? It's the risk, isn't it? Yeah, as a whole. Cave system.
What's happening?
This place is full of black liquid waterfalls?
Miss Drayton, please. Turn back at once and return by...
Oh no.
Oh, we can't.
No! I'm trapped! There's a column of black ooze behind me. Oh god. What do I do?
Keep calm, Evangeline. We'll find a way out, all right? And most important, don't go near the black ooze under any circumstances. Now move forward and tell me what you see.
Very visually stunning.
I see a ladder. Someone from the excavation must have made it this far.
Climb it. The farther you are from the black ooze, the better.
Yeah, like little growls and like little monster creatures almost, making noises. Okay, suit is off.
I'm out of the water. I think I'm in the refinery Peasley talked about.
Okay, more murals.
Professor, there's another mural here. Looks like a creature carrying the statuette and breaking the black ooze flow.
So that statuette repels the ooze? It's odd, but it's our only choice.
Parts of the waterfalls. Okay, we got a little puzzle here then, from the sounds of it.
I don't know if I can actually do anything here. The whole chamber looks dead. Powered down. We were wrong about the statuettes, Professor. They're not ritual or ornamental objects.
Houses.
They're just energy containers, like a car battery.
Oh, you can't jump, so you gotta... Can we go around that way? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay.
Wait, what?
Oh.
It lit up. Everything in here just lit up all of a sudden.
Do I have to stay on this? No? Okay. Let there be light.
I can see one of those murals in here. But this one is massive. Wait a minute. I know this. I've seen this hundreds of times.
In your dreams?
No. At the university. This is a blueprint. A technical drawing. Thousands of years old, but that's what it is. And you won't believe this, but everything in here runs on...
Black ooze.
How could you possibly know that?
I just know. Tell me what else is in the mural.
One of those towers is loaded with statuettes.
I told you so, Professor, Evie thought of saying. But seeing the mess she'd gotten herself into, she figured it wasn't the right time to brag.
It looks like the black ooze can be channeled from where I am now. There's some kind of valve-driven collector system that directs the flow upward. Apparently,
There's
we need
keys.
4 units of black ooze. Those ruins I saw rising out of the water, they're not ruins, Professor. They're 2 stone towers. And apparently, they're used to alter the state of that liquid. The black ooze.
Right, okay. So this is the classic... Like, we've seen this puzzle quite a few times in other games before, I think. And you send a certain amount up. Maybe? Might be overthinking it.
I'll try to redirect the black ooze upward.
Fine, but please be careful.
Don't worry. This isn't so different from the fluids lab back at Miskatonic.
Okay, so we've got some water. 2 parts water, 1 part ooze. What does this button do? Okay.
Looks like I can't pump this up until the big tank is completely full of black ooze.
Okay. We can push those down. Okay, so depending on the direction. This one's full. you turn it twice. And that doesn't help that much. Neither does that. Where does that go? Or have we just gotten rid of it?
Looks like I can't pump this up until the big tank is completely full of black ooze.
Okay, so that one pumps in. Yeah, I get that we need the 4 units. I'm just trying to think. So if this is facing this way, it doesn't go.
This'll be impossible if there's
Anywhere.
water in between the units of black ooze.
Yeah.
I should empty the big...
Okay. So this problem is that we've got the water in there as well, isn't it? I think. Into that first. So it's pretty much the direction of the arrow is the flow. So this one, we push this one in, brings 2 parts water and 1 part the oil. Send that over, that puts 2 waters, 1 oil, or ooze. We want to get rid of the water from that one. Get rid of the water only. We're basically just pumping this out, aren't we? Pumping that water back out. So I think we've got to repeat that a couple of times. Now we've got 2. Send that over. I think I've got this now. Send that down like that. Send that over. Sponge it. Bring back the next one. Send it over. Okay. Put 1 bit of water in there first. Then send that over. I'll fill that. And send that out. Okay. And we can bring that in. And it should be that it'll only fit 1 ooze. There we go. Knock that off.
Alright, I think I've got it. I've redirected the black ooze upwards, so...
Yes. Something's happening up here. Let me take a look.
Okay. We're gonna switch to Harry now.
What is that?
I like the dual perspectives.
Harry's fascination was growing. Here he had living proof of an ancient civilization with technology beyond anything he had ever seen.
So now do these work? Oh, okay. Yeah, musical note. Is that right? Guessing not. Okay. How would we know? Is it like... Ah, there we go. Yeah. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're right, Evangeline. Those ruins are actually towers. Stone towers.
And then we can rotate them. So be 1, 2, and the last one 3, 4. Oh no, actually no, that's beneath the line. Yeah, so it's 1, 1, 4, 4, I think. There we go.
Rotated the tower to the right.
Okay, so we can go check that tower out now. I like this, because meanwhile now, while Evie's coming back in the diving suit even, we can... Oh.
No, not now, damn it.
But the oily shadows Harry saw obeyed no reason. They simply appeared when he least expected them. Though the reality of those shadows was, of course, far more complex than that.
Okay. There's the other mural.
Evangeline, there's another mural in here.
Another musical note.
You can interpret it, Professor. What does it portray?
Apparently they used fire to do something.
That makes sense. This is some sort of refinery after all.
Okay. We want to go back and rotate.
The towers can move in that direction.
Does it work in reverse? It does.
So if I play the notes in reversal, they trigger the opposite effect.
So I could put the towers away.
As the towers can move in that direction.
Ah. So there is no door on the right tower. Interesting. So, yeah, so we could go, I guess in order of, so it's 4, 2, 5, 3. Not quite. guess. Not gonna lie, bit stumped now.
I think that's as far as the towers can move in that direction.
And then we do the hiss thing. Not sure if that then... I'm like connecting that. Okay. Maybe we lower them.
Tower. I think I'm beginning to understand how their language works.
Can we rotate while they're underwater? Interesting. That's what we want. I think. So see, this one doesn't rotate anymore anyway. This one we could probably rotate again.
Evangeline, I think we can use this contraption to exchange items between us.
The dumbwaiter, you mean?
Yes, the dumbwaiter.
Okay. If we needed to, we could send something down. Do you need more oxygen? I'm just trying the fire on every... Again, I'm guessing that's not what we're after. We can't go any further out. And same with this. You can't actually go over into the spinny thing. I wonder what the significance is. I mean, possible we're missing a... Are we missing another... like code? Another mural? Try rotating it again. Couldn't rotate the towers again before, but I don't know if because the tower is down. It lets you do it. Oh no, okay.
I think
Get
that's
stuck.
as far as the tower.
Moves in that direction. Okay. What do we know? Units of black ooze. Put that in there. I guess the oil. Heat it up. You get power source. Oh. What am I doing? I don't know if do we like get any extra information from looking at any of this ourselves?
All of these murals definitely seem to be instructions. Instructions for that refinery.
It's basically like we want one of them to be out the sea a little bit, not both of them. Maybe at certain rotations you can split the pillar heights up. Oh, it just cuts right through it, to be fair. Doesn't even worry about that. Very curious. It's gonna send them back and then send them back up. Not 100% sure. I don't think I know. Wait, what I mean? Oh, you can go up again. Oh, they're deeper. Oh, that's what it is. It doesn't matter about spinning them. It's about the fact that there's more layers to it. They can go even higher. I didn't even think they could do that.
Towers have risen even higher. I believe I see an entrance ahead.
Okay. There we go. I was looking at these and I was like, how, like, is it just blocked off? But yeah, no, that makes complete sense that those are symbolizing the top of a door. Right. We saw this one which was underwater.
Oh my.
What is it, Professor?
You were right. This stone tower is filled with statuettes.
Only one. It's not broken though. The rest are all smashed.
For many years, Harry had been haunted by that statuette. Still, he felt reassured to find that none of these held a sphere of black ooze.
does this mean? Filling?
Okay, is this how you
The
fill it?
statuette fits perfectly.
Okay. So we'll fill it with black ooze. Then set it on fire. And we can probably send it down on the dumbwaiter. So the fire will be... yeah, 4253. Oh, no, I did it the wrong order. I need to fill it, don't I? So it'll be 1423.
It's filling the tower with black ooze.
Lovely. Or not. Okay. Okay.
That purple hue. Yes, it should be complete now.
Harry glanced uneasily at the freshly made black orb. He didn't like it one bit.
All right. I think I've followed all the steps. Now I just need to send it to Evangeline. I hope she knows what to do with it.
I like this though that we're like both solving the puzzles. Here we go.
Evie finally held the statuette in her hands, and at once she felt disappointed. Yes, the statuettes were containers of energy, but did that explain her dreams? Her visions? She had to learn more about that lost civilization.
I've got the statuette, Professor, but it looks incomplete. Different than in the murals. The black orb should be lower.
Yeah, it needs to be in a little cushion.
Now it looks right.
Here we go.
Excellent. Now you should be able to cross safely. Come on, get out of there, quickly!
Okay. Yeah, should part the waterfall. Suit back on.
Can you... me... and...
Professor? I'm losing you.
Delene!
Professor! Professor! I can't hear you.
Evie felt a chill sweep through her body.
Don't worry, gentlemen. Everything's gonna be fine.
Impossible though it was, she had just heard her dead father's voice, unmistakably.
Get a bug.
It works! It works! The path is open!
Evangeline? I can hear you now.
Oh, good. Glad you're back, Professor.
I'll be waiting for you here. Once you're out, we'll return to... What the...
Professor?
Oh no. Have I either got company or he's been captured? Like, we've got company and he's hiding. Or we've been...
Evangeline, listen to me. There's someone else here.
What do you mean, someone else?
Stay down there until I tell you to...
Professor? Professor!
Evie lingered in the dark waters of the cave, waiting for the professor's signal. A signal that never came. Even so, prudent as she was in waiting, her air supply wouldn't last forever. So when all the noise above finally ceased, she decided to come up.
Professor! Professor, I finally have it! I have the statue...
Well, this is interesting. You're going to have to come with us, Miss Drayton.
Completed chapter 2. Unexpected company. The Starry Wisdom Society.
Wake her up. Welcome back, Evangeline.
Finally, this is also the story of an obsessive, manipulative, and ambitious man.
Guide to the members of Starry Wisdom. Right. Well, that, I think, is a good place to call it for this episode. That is the first 2 chapters of the game. So, really enjoyed that. We're going to be definitely back with the next episode, probably for chapters 3 and 4. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Definitely took me a little bit longer on some of those parts. Some of the puzzles I was like, huh? Wasn't coming to me straight away, but yeah, pretty cool. I like that there's the little bits of like bouncing off of both of them, and like you switch between them for different parts of the puzzle as well. Does add a nice dynamic to it. So yeah, liking it so far. Really good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for hanging out and supporting as always. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.